Hello, my name's James Michael Thompson. I'm here today to talk to you a bit about this Ellis 8-string baritone tricone resonator. And the main differences are, of course, it has 8 strings. So it's actually I treat it like a 7-string guitar. So I've got a low A, E, A, C sharp, and then 2 E strings strung up together. And the reason we double up on the E string there is so that we can get some cool chorus type effects happening, which then turns the cones, they start to resonate in sympathy with each other, so we get a sound like this. And that's the advantage of having the 2 strings strung up next to each other there. The next interesting thing about this guitar is that it's actually a baritone scale length, which means it's 27.5 inches long as opposed to 25 on a standard scale guitar. So what this means is I can tune as low as this A string here, which is as low as the A string on a bass guitar, and it'll snap back really nicely. If this was a shorter scale length, that would be flopping around a bit more. So what I can do with this is treat this guitar as 2 guitars in one. I can have my bass strings here and normal strings up here. So when I'm using it as a bass guitar, I can do things like this. It sounds like a bass guitar. Change it up. And I'm also using these Ellis stomp boxes here at my feet. I've got the one on my left foot set up as a bass drum sound, and the one on my right foot is set up to sound like a snare drum. So I've basically got a band at my disposal. I've got a bass guitar here, and I've got a normal guitar, I've got a bass drum, and the snare drum as well. So that's a quick demonstration of how a guitar such as this, by just stepping outside the boundaries and using a few different tools such as the stomp-box, it can really expand your playing. So what I'll do now is put a capo on this guitar, because it was actually initially inspired by a harp guitar. So what we can do is put a capo on here, and I'm just going to cover up 6 or 7 of the 8 strings. So here we go. Here I've got it covering 7 of the 8 strings, but I've left this low A bass note. So by doing that, I've basically changed this into it's almost like a tenor guitar now instead of a baritone up there. And now I've got a low bass string as well. So if I take my slide off, we can start to get some interesting possibilities. So these are just some of the possibilities you can have with a guitar such as this. Thanks.